Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, as today is another episode of your OGR, baby, as today is game 31, as the Edmonton Oilers go up against the Calgary Flames in a good old Battle of Alberta, which wasn't too good for the Edmonton Oilers, as unfortunately we fell in this one 4-3. We had a couple injuries during this game. Tyson Barrie fell to an injury, which we'll get into much later on. It was called as a lower body injury. He missed, I think, most of the second and all of the third as well. I'm not too sure if he did come out. Like, I did see him on the bench, but I didn't see him too much. He only played about 7 minutes. And also, Kara got his absolutely head rocked, and he missed the rest of the game, I think, with a concussion or some sort. He absolutely nailed Shillington in the head, and then Kara got into a fight with Richie and got absolutely pelted in the good old fight, which was pretty entertaining. It was pretty scary to see Kara get knocked out like that. That was pretty scary, but it was a good tilt. It's fun to see, but when someone gets like that, it's just you hope and prayer that they're all right, which I think Kara will be. He's a tough motherfucker. I think he'll be back. But let's get into today's game. There's lots of disappointing things to talk about. Giveaways, Dave Tippett being an idiot once again, and Mike Smith, and also defense, and also McDavid. We're going to talk about a lot of things. Ethan Bear haters, I mean, there's so much stuff that we got to go over in today's episode, because there's lots of things with these Oilers fans, and, you know, everyone hating on Ethan Bear. You know, yes, he did make the mistake on the last goal, which we will be getting into later on. But I like to just say Ethan Bear is not the problem here, ladies and gentlemen. He's not the only D-man that makes mistakes on this team, which we will definitely be getting into later on, which Darnell Nurse also makes mistakes, which let's get on to the first goal on Dylan Dubé's his 7th of the season. This was just a breakaway goal for Dylan Dubé. This was a dumb thing for McDavid. I don't know what he was doing. It was like EA all over again. I'm like watching my video game, just watching Johnny Gaudreau stick handle his way into a player and losing the puck. That's basically what Connor McDavid did in this play. Stick handled himself too much and practically lost the puck. Dylan Dubé had a great breakaway opportunity because I think Ethan Bear broke his stick or some sorts, which either way, even if Ethan Bear was out there, he would have been useless to that defensive core. But Darnell Nurse was flying up the wing, going with McDavid, which I don't understand why Darnell Nurse needs to always jump up into the play, and he should know that his defensive partner is going for a line change. And maybe Bear wasn't communicating that well enough, so maybe Bear needed to yell out to Nurse that, hey, I'm going for a change, my stick is broken. You have some of that time, and as a defensive man, you need to know when your defensive partner is leaving so you could back him up, because there was absolutely no one there to save this one from happening. And this was just a bad play for McDavid, who did have, I would have to say, a very poor night. I wasn't seeing him very much, and when I was, there was a lot of bad turnovers, which was the rhyme of this game. There was so many bad turnovers throughout this entire game, and then Elias Lindholm was left wide open on this like beautiful one-timer goal practically. It got in. I think it was supposed to go to Dubé, I think it was. But Bear locked up on Dubé, and it just slid right to Lindholm, and no one was there to cover him, which, I mean, this was still a very good defensive play. I don't think there was really anything wrong. It's just Lindholm was left wide open because, you know, our third line wasn't able to get back in time to, you know, make sure that Lindholm doesn't get that opportunity. And that's just what happens. Sometimes a player slips in, and already 2-0 going into the second period, not going into the second period midway. The Calgary Flames are already up 2-0. I also forgot to say, nothing really happened in the first period. It was like 5-4 for shots of the Calgary Flames. It was a lot of physicality. Of course, we've seen that fight there. Yeah, but there was a lot of hitting. There wasn't a lot of offense. It was just a lot of back and forth hockey between the two teams, like a chess match. No one really wanted to, you know, push the tempo of the game. And then Adam Larson gets a big one there on the third of his season. Yamamoto and Ennis assisting this one. This was a nice hard shift from Ennis and Yamamoto. And this is where we kind of seen the line juggling. Draisaitl, of course, moving back down to the second line with Ennis and Yamamoto, which I want to kind of get into later on. And then McDavid up with Nuge and Puljujärvi, which I'm fine with that line being together. But, I would like to see a different combination that I think would work way better than what they have it set up now. But yeah, Adam Larson got his third. He jumped in at the right time, picked apart that rebound. He shot the first time, Markstrom saved it, and then found that loose rebound once again and shot it once again, and it went right in the back of the net. Nice hard-working goal, which is what we needed to do, and that gave us a little bit of momentum. And then Mangiapane gets his ninth of the season there for the Calgary Flames. Another nice hard-working shift for the Calgary Flames. Couldn't remember this goal exactly, but this was the one that Mike Smith came out of the net like a damn dumbass. And Tippett, I just want to say, Tippett blaming his D for this. Yes, blame your defenseman for this one, because Legason and Larson should have been right on top of that one. But Smith fucking slowly, backing up like this is just stupid. Alright, as a goalie, you should know that, hey, I'm not going to be able to handle this puck, right? Smith is basically waiting for that puck to bounce off the wall and then come back. But the way that they chipped it in was the puck was bouncing the entire time. And then Mike Smith slowly backing up like a goddamn idiot. I don't know what he was really thinking at the exact moment of time, but... And then Legason and Larson, holding up. I don't know what they were exactly thinking, but it was a dumb idea from all of them. And I don't think Smith or Tippett should be on the side of Smith. I think he should be on the hating side of Smith and all of them. Because that was just a bad play, a sloppy play just in general, just right after we got a goal as well. When you score a goal, especially in this type of game, we want to jump right back on, and we didn't. But we did. Of course, it's the Oilers fashion with, 3 minutes to go left in the second period. Devin Shore makes a beautiful pass to set up Josh Archibald for his fifth of the season. It was a nice goal. Josh Archibald was bolting to the net. Devin Shore made a beautiful pass, and Archibald tipped it right in the back of the net, which was absolutely magnificent. And then after another power play once again, Leon Draisaitl scored his 17th of the season, which was just a beautiful snipe there on Jacob Markstrom. And then a bad pinch from Ethan Bear there on Backlund, and it was just kind of like a 3-on-1 basically. Nurse took himself out of the play. He dove or something like that and took himself out of the play. I don't even know what the fuck he was thinking. And then Nuge practically blocked Smith, and everyone was hating on Ethan Bear for this bad pinch. Blah, 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 blah. People, shut up. I hate everyone right now with this entire fan base and just even Tippett. Oh yeah, Bob Stafford's we need to trade Bear! He's so bad, he made one mistake. Well, you look at everyone else, man. Everyone else made a fucking mistake last night. And you're not saying, let's trade away McDavid because he made a fucking mistake. No. Do we say, yeah, we should trade away Darnell Nurse for fucking laying down like a goddamn buffoon? And we're not saying let's trade away fucking Mike Smith because he decided to step out of the net and puck watch, oh, am I gonna be able to get the puck? Am I gonna be able to get the puck? No, it's getting your fucking net, man. Holy fuck. And then Tippett's no, this, I don't want to put the best line together because I feel like that will be too heavy-handed if we put Nuge, Yamamoto, and Draisaitl together. But then we put McDavid alongside Draisaitl, and then we break them up and we put two of the smallest fucks between Ennis and Yamamoto together with Draisaitl. It doesn't make any sense. I love that line. It was doing good. But I think Nuge, Draisaitl, and Yamamoto, I don't know how many fucking times I need to say that in a single OGR. I've been saying that since game 1, that we need to put that line together. And these guys need to clean up on their giveaways, because my lord, the amount of giveaways that we had last night was an absolute joke. And it was from everyone. Draisaitl, Nuge, McDavid. Nuge was a -3 last night. I don't know why Tippett thinks that it's a good idea to have Nuge on his own fucking line. It makes no sense to me. No sense to me. But this team, the way that Tippett's handling the lines, I feel like Ethan Bear's just going to be benched next game. That's the way that I feel like it's going to go, because of the fact that Tippett just does not know how to handle his team. And it's frustrating to watch as an Oilers fan. And, I seen the lineups this morning. When I seen them, I said that this team was going to lose this game. And we did. We lost this game because of the fact that Tippett is just a stubborn coach that is not changing his way. and it's frustrating. And then also the fucking refs. My god, refs, how blind can you be? Like, even I can see better without my goddamn glasses, man. And I could see that McDavid got fucking tripped multiple times, and he didn't call one single penalty. They called one fucking penalty. And I was saying, you know, like, the chase on tripping, right? I'm like, okay, well, you know, the McDavid, they missed that trip there, but, you know, if they don't call many penalties throughout this game, and then they call chase on for the identical fucking tripping penalty that McDavid got tripped up on. But they call that. It's a joke. It is an absolute joke. Yeah, they did call a missed call there, like it was a dumb penalty there on Backlund, even though he did cross-check him down. But they need to start, you know, blowing the whistles more evenly. If you're going to call some stupid-ass penalties like they did on us, like the Nurse holding penalty there on Lucic, and also the Yamamoto tripping, Yamamoto legit shoved him. It was the weakest fucking call I've ever seen in my life, and they called that a penalty. There was a lot of weak penalties, and they didn't call the dumb penalties that we had, like McDavid getting tripped up, or, you know, Yamamoto getting cross-checked like 50 billion times. Like, my lord. This team needs to be coached better. And you know, I look at the team, and I feel like we could play a really good game a lot of the nights. And, you know, give a shout-out to Larson, who had a great night, and especially Ethan Bear. Ethan Bear played great. Darnell Nurse made a couple mistakes, but the man played 30 minutes. He can't be doing that to Darnell Nurse, playing him 30 minutes a game. The guy's not built for that. Sure, he might say that he's built for that, but Darnell Nurse is not ready to play 30 minutes a game. I'm sorry. And yes, Tyson Barrie, that sucked that we lost him, which is the reason why Darnell Nurse played a lot more minutes. And Mike Smith had the worst game, but why didn't we play Koskinen? Answer me that question, Tippett. Why didn't we play Koskinen after a great game on Saturday against the Vancouver Canucks? Why didn't we play Mika Koskinen? Why are you, like, legit bending your fucking knee to Mike Smith? Like, why are you giving him the pleasure of... It's so frustrating watching this team. You know, like, you know that this team has so much untapped potential. And, you know, if they built the right, proper lines... Like, Cahoon's been benched the last couple games. I don't know if he's been injured or what the hell has been happening with him. And they also put Chris Russell in tonight, and played him 20 minutes. It just blows my mind. And it's frustrating to me because I know what's going to happen this year. You know, I feel like we're going to definitely make it into the playoffs, but we're going to lose in the first round just because our coach is stubborn. We're incompetent right now, and we're not a good team. And I could see that. You know, if we were coached properly and the coach would actually put the best lines together and keep them together, we would probably be playing a lot better. You know, the Ennis, Colorado, Archibald line, that was our best line. And since we've had Archibald back in the line, we have not seen that line. I don't know why. It makes no sense to me why Devin Shore's playing over a Dominic Cahoon. Yeah, Devin Shore's been making some nice plays, but when you're talking about some talent, Dominic Cahoon playing up in that top six, why? Dominic Cahoon was starting to gain some momentum, but I don't know what else to say about this team. It's confusing. It's some missed calls last night, some dumb giveaways. We got to clean that game up. We got to play a smarter game, and that's obvious. And we got to put the best lines together, because if we don't, this team is not going to do very well going forward. And I will say that. The McDavid-Draisaitl line, yeah, it works against the Ottawa Senators, but against every other team, most likely it would only work for a shift or two. But you know what would work? The Nuge, Draisaitl, Yamamoto line. And I know I've been saying that every single episode, but I think that line would be the best line for the Edmonton Oilers ever. And I'm just going to leave it at that, because I can't keep ranting on about Dave Tippett. If he makes some stupid line decisions, I might have to make a pregame show and yell about it, because I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated every time I talk about Tippett, and every time I talk about the lineups, I am just pissed off. Last year, I felt like I never talked about the lineups, but this year I feel like I'm talking about it every single night, which has been the case. So we'll have to see what Tippett does. I feel like Bear's going to be benched in the next game just because of the fact that he made a couple mistakes, and Tippett was talking about the mistakes that our defensive core was making, and I feel like he's definitely going to be benched unless Barry's injured. If Barry's injured, then most likely you will see Bear play alongside of Nurse, which will be nice. but most likely you'll be seeing Bear being benched is what I'm guessing if Barry is all healthy and ready to go for that next game. And you might see Bouchard step up in the lineup, which, I mean, is not a bad idea, but Bear needs to be in that lineup. He's a great defender, and he did really good last night from what I was watching. And yeah, that's all I have to say, boys. Hopefully the Oilers can rebound after this really rough game. We got to. Wednesday it's another Battle of Alberta. Also, guys, just to let you guys know, on a positive note, I will be joining Off the Wall Hockey today for his live stream at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Don't know what time Eastern, because, you know, I don't know time zones, but 5 p.m. Mountain Time, me and him are going to be doing the Bruins-Penguins game, which should be a lot of fun. He's a Bruins fan. I'm a little bit of a Penguins fan. I always like the picks for Penguins, but I'm going to be the color commentator, so if you want to join in, the link will be down in the description below, and also check out my Twitter. I'll be announcing when me and him go live, which should be an absolute amazing night. But I'm going to end the video here, guys. It's been a very long OGR. You guys probably got entertained because I yelled at the stupid team, and especially Tippett once again with his stupid ass goddamn face. Anyways, I'll see you guys all in the next one. Adios, amigos.